What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. A lot to talk about in this video as the market continues to rip. Third day in a row, we get that trend move higher, almost getting to that 410 on SPY. Want to cover a lot that's going on. First off, the Fed's preferred gauge, the PCE, came out this morning, showing that prices and inflation are cooling just a little bit. Okay, now it still was a 0.3% month over month gain. That's 5% annually. However, that did come down just a little bit compared to 5.3% in January. Softer than expected data came with monthly energy prices decreasing, while food prices, goods prices, as well as services did increase. The contrary to this, which is also going to really hurt the fight against inflation, because in order for inflation to come down, one of the factors is people need to stop spending. Well, personal income has risen 0.3%. So it'll be ironic on that. Market reacted very strongly to the upside, continuing just to move higher. Guys, what I want to talk about in this video, okay, is two things. One, talked about the setup that I had posted on Twitter, okay, talking about this long setup, how the algo had actually triggered a beautiful pre-market high hold, okay, for us to continue to move to the upside, when all day actually triggered another long all the way up. And the second thing I want to talk about is just the obscene sentiment, okay, that is being passed around in other Discord groups that I have friends that are a part of. Obviously, people in my Discord are a part of other Discord groups, as well as just all over Twitter, talking about the JPM collar, how one of their legs was at 4065, and there's no way that the SPY could get over, or I'm sorry, SPX would close over 4065. Here we are closing at 4110. If you don't know what the JPM collar is, then honestly, don't worry about it, because what I'm saying is irrelevant to you. But the point of the matter is, you have so many people talking about what they think is going to happen, what they feel is going to happen. Well, the market has to crash because, the economy is going to shit and inflation's out of control. We printed a ton of money and X, Y, and Z. The market has to crash. And while there might be a long-term case for that, okay, I've also gone to say I don't think 350 is the bottom. I also don't think that we're going to see a new bull market for quite some time. I do believe we're going to move sideways. Inevitably, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you should take a position to the upside or downside in whether it's tomorrow, in a week from now, in a month from now. And people are coming on, they're talking about, oh, I think this is going to happen, I believe this is going to happen. And the thing is because of some people's lack of experience, lack of own conviction, and just lack of confidence in themselves, they're coming onto this platform, okay, any social media, Twitter, Discord, they're getting these ideas, they're going over to their broker, and they're taking these positions, and they're wondering why it's going the opposite way. They're wondering why it's going the opposite way. They're getting frustrated, and they're continuing to make the same mistakes rather than blocking out some of the noise, okay, and focusing on what can work for you. And whether that means going to paper trading for a little while, that means really sizing down almost next to nothing to build some of that confidence, okay, or that moves making moves to strictly learning. Now, there are a lot of groups out there. There are a lot of people that post on Twitter, that make YouTube videos, that have a lot of great information, but there's also very toxic information where people's emotions, okay, are passed off onto you guys, the people that are consuming this content, and therefore you're making decisions based off of that. Okay, I had posted this, like I said, on Twitter. I utilize two different platforms. I know you guys see a lot of this broker, Thinkorswim, where I use my charting. I also do charting on TradingView. I've created an algorithm based off of my setups that I've had help with coders, in order to not only be able to eventually share this with everybody, all right, you guys, but also to help me, right? Because this is a program, okay, that has zero emotions, that takes nothing else into effect other than my specific setups. We have a pre-market break, okay, a pre-market high break, and a hold. We wait for the pullback to go long, okay? We look at Apple, which was another beautiful one, okay, that had trigger, Apple, which is another beautiful one that had triggered today. Same thing, kind of that pre-market right here around that 162.60, 162 and a half. It kind of broke up, and this held. Did it pull back a little bit? No problem. My cut All right, my stop loss would have been set under pre-market low. I also have all of these inside of, right now this is still just a private Discord that shows, okay, listen, I entered calls at this position, this is my first target, which is where I scalp off of it, and this is where my stop loss would be. And I also utilize this specifically, like I said, to help myself, because we all can fall victim to getting caught in the noise, okay? And like I said, I just see it time and time again. And sometimes, guys, it happens to me too. I'm human. I start to second guess myself. You start to feel lack of confidence. You see other people that, might be doing better than you. You might be struggling at a certain moment. And then all of a sudden, that really starts to kind of weigh on your decisions, when in reality, guys, nobody's strategy is going to be the same. Nobody's system is going to be the same. And the only thing you should be relying on, pressing the actual buttons, is yourself and your own conviction. Okay, so guys, I hope this video can at least help you out a little bit. All right, I am still in, the early stage. I wouldn't say the early stage. I'm probably 80% of the way done with, making this. I do have a newborn. He's, not even 2 weeks old as of right now, so my time is a little bit limited. And I don't know anything about coding, so I'm working with a coder who doesn't know anything about trading. So we're kind of going back and forth. But the whole goal behind this, because I'm not going to be, sharing the specific algorithm with anyone, for, I hope, for reasons you guys can understand, was to be able to not only just create a place where you can come in and see, okay, these are the calculated risks, where I'm going to be entering my calls, what my first target is going to be, what my stop loss is going to be, but also an education place of, okay, well, why are we entering this, right? Here are the textbook setups. You have trend continuation. You have your opening range breakout, okay? You also have your, reclaiming a specific key level. This is really common setup. It's called a failed breakdown. I call it reclaiming key level, failed breakdown, where it kind of fails and it makes it, and all of a sudden it regains it and it holds. You have your old resistance becoming new support, as well as the pre-market break and retest, which is probably one of my favorite setups to take. All you need to know is start to really memorize these setups, and when you see them potentially starting to play out, paper trade, take a small position, try to get into it and immediately get out of it if it doesn't go your way. Right on some of these plays, guys, I'm, as soon as something, like I said, just doesn't immediately go my way, I immediately got out of it. This long was a beautiful one, even where it has on textbook. I'm going to show you this, guys, because it was so freaking specific today. 1242 comes through, entered calls at 407.43. My first target was obviously just a little bit higher because it is that new high of day. I like the scale so you don't get a double top. My stop loss is below 406.9. This is all automatic, right? Comes through at 1242. The second a candle closes, and you can see the low we got right here was 406.68. Now, I wouldn't have gotten out of this position. I always wait till candle closes because that's something I always do. Okay. And in reality, if you look, why that 406.8 is because you have this right here, support zone right here. So it's a perfect risk reward to be able to take it. I'm not worried about other people saying, oh, we have to crash the JPM collar 406.5. The market has to go down, this and that. No. I'm playing exactly what's in front of me, and I'm drowning out all of the noise. I'm telling you guys, so much of this will be able to help you once you start to also have conviction in yourself and confidence in yourself. And let me also share that last part and emphasize on that last part, that confidence in yourself. It doesn't come trying to get money back that you lost. Okay. It will come not only by, and not even by making money, I should say. Okay. It will come by slowly stacking up those wins, getting into a play, getting out of a play, seeing that you can actually do it. And it also will, you will be able to gain confidence outside of the computer, outside of your desk, off of the charts, in your own personal life. Start doing certain things, getting back to the gym, creating yourself, little goals, little tasks, little objectives to be able to complete. You start to build up those wins. It helps build those confidence, and it will be a 100% direct effect positively to your trading. So guys, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.